All right, welcome back, everybody. Apologize for having to start the stream over. My camera's doing some weird things with Discord, so I'm not sure what that was all about. So let's do a full screen here. All right, okay. Woo. Let's get back to it. DJVWE. You are. Who is that? Awesome. Let's just hop over to my channel here so I can make sure that I am seeing any chats that are coming through. Again, guys, sorry about the interruption there. Definitely not ideal. Just trying to make sure I pop in and keep everybody. Let's see, we have 14 followers there. Yeah, that was strange. And finishing a piece of art we started last week. Somewhere about a week now, and as much as I'm enjoying it, I'm ready for it to be done, so I can move on to other things. So that's where we're at. A couple things to kind of address and kind of get an understanding of right now. We're primarily working in ballpoint pen to allow us to do what's called pen painting. It's a term that I've coined. I'm sure there's an appropriate name out there for it, but I just don't care to look it up. The visual that provides. I think it's interesting. And we are just going to keep pushing. Now, at this point, we're just really trying to resolve the bottom portion of the picture. And what I mean by that is we're just trying to make sure that everything meshes together. We have a lot of different elements kind of crammed together. We're just trying to bring it into one cohesive mix. So, that's what we're doing. Now, you'll notice that as I started over here, I kind of had a different communication style of the way I'm doing shadows, and you move around the piece and you start approaching and defining a shadow or technique somewhere else, you're going to find that early work you did won't necessarily line up, and that is okay. That is just a part of the exploration process of working in a medium, pen especially, because with pen, once you put it down, you're not getting it back up, at least to a certain degree. One thing I do want to point out is that although the large portions of skin are predominantly just going to be the white, I'm not too worried about keeping it clean. You know, this piece isn't about this arm, right? The piece isn't about making sure this arm looks really proper. The piece is about this creating a nice visual flow from the arm up. So if that means that I take the arm to this level of darkness, then I may just have to do that. But we'll see. We're going to just poke at this and pull at this and see what comes of it. When you're working in abstract norm, in my case, it's a little more lowbrow art. You know, the rules for consistency are a little looser. And what I mean by that is you don't always have to adhere to a certain style, method, or process. You know, now that may seem like common sense, but for a lot of artists, they feel that they need to essentially align to certain expectations when it comes to their art. And I've just never felt that that was really something that I ascribe to. You know, my art is my art. How I choose to approach it and invest into it is kind of my choice. Granted, sometimes something may be more or less successful depending on what the scenario and the art, you know, of what it is. But for the most part, if I can just produce to the degree that I feel comfortable, get my artwork out, get my ideas out, and in the process of that, I'm able to explore and come up with some unexpected, you know, successes, then all the better. That's definitely where I prefer to reside when it comes to being an artist. Let's go ahead and just get this guy up here. I'm not sure what's going on with Facebook and Twitter today, but they're definitely having problems. It was Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All three of them have been a little bit shaky today as far as consistency goes. I imagine we're going to find out they got DDoS to some degree or something along those lines. It feels like a DDoS, although I don't know how you would DDoS Twitter servers. Considering a DDoS is more of a overloading of a network, so that does seem a little counterintuitive to that solution, but that's kind of how it feels right now. So I'm just going to assume those are connected some way. All right. You notice I'm not being very precious here. It's because this is all going to go pretty dark. And what I have found is that if I'm going to develop line work to eventually lead to shadow work,